AMHQ Weekend, Sunday, June 14th. Happy Flag Day. I'm Reynolds Wolf here with my homie, my friend, my buddy, Kait Parker.
Yeah, you know, we're missing our third partner in crime. Yeah, our third partner, that doesn't work, does it?
It works fine.
Okay, yeah. He's not here, Dr. Greg Postel, but 2/3 of the country today under the alert for severe weather, so we're going to do our best to keep you updated.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a big picture to share with you, and I'm telling you, all over the map, we've got something that will be going on, namely the rainfall we've had in parts of the southern plain. The severe storms are going to be in west central Texas, the northern plains, and of course, the Ohio Valley, Kate.
Yeah, and it's all kind of moving around this one area,
Indeed.
Reynolds. That area being this area of high pressure, keeping the heat just on high in the southeast. You could be flirting with those record highs.
Yeah, it's going to be unbearable at times. So we're going to go from that warm up and that unstable mass to this nasty one that's just along parts of Cancun and the Yucatan Peninsula. Where is this thing headed, Kate?
Oh, that is the question. Okay, right over the Yucatan Peninsula, they're going to go and take a look and say, hey, you know, this looks like it has the potential to develop. We're looking at a few different things here. We want to see exactly what's going on inside of this. But what exactly is an invest? You know, we say invest 91L all the time. This one has a 60% chance of development over the next 5 days. But this is the deal. A tropical invest is something that the National Hurricane Center is investigating. So that's why they call it an invest. And essentially, it's not an area that has a closed center of circulation. It's kind of one of these open waves that's out in the tropics this time of year, anywhere from the Caribbean Sea, I mean, anywhere in the Atlantic, the Pacific, regardless, they're called invest. So what happens is that when we see that invest formed, it gives us the ability to run computer models off of it and get a better idea of what exactly could unfold here. So we get a really much clearer picture. We can go and take a look at it with the hurricane hunters. A lot more that we can do whenever we start investigating these areas. So it's really, really important to note that just because we have an invest, it does not mean it'll become a tropical cyclone. Regardless of any sort of tropical depression or even tropical storm bill forming out of this, there's one take-home point to this, and it is rainfall. It is a lot of rainfall, regardless of what the winds are doing. You're going to see a soaker and some potential for some really serious flooding along the Texas coast and even parts of the South Louisiana coast, although some of the newer computer models taking it a little bit more toward Corpus Christi, a little less toward Lake Charles, but something we're watching very closely, obviously, Reynolds.
All right, Kate, well, it's just a big, nasty bullseye we got to follow in parts of Texas.
We've got to change that game plan. Take a look at what's going on right now. 34.3 feet. That's currently what the Red River is at in Shreveport. Expected to go down into minor flood stage by the time we get to Saturday. However, it's not accounting for this. Look at this rainfall forecast upstream. Now, the Red River flows along the Texas-Oklahoma border through Texarkana and then on down into Alexandria, Louisiana. This is where we've been seeing a lot of that flooding downstream as all the tributaries empty out into it. This is a future forecast. This is not what has already fallen, but this week through Wednesday, just over the next 4 days, we could see spots of over 5 inches of rain that are once again going to feed into the Red River. So this is big problems. These are big problems. In fact, near Wichita Falls right now, see all this rain that's coming down? That's going to continue on downstream. We're going to see that head down the Red River, so that flooded potential continues. Down to the south, we've got flash flooding going on just outside of San Antonio this morning. And then we have these showers and thunderstorms heading toward Austin actually right now. Take a look at what we're seeing throughout the day. This is a kind of future look at our radar here. You'll notice how much rain is coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. The biggest problem with this is that the pattern is nearly due south to due north. So yesterday we had spots south of Houston with nearly 7 inches of rain. Look at this map. I mean, you can see that through the afternoon. If we get these, you know, these showers and thunderstorms lined up, we're going to see a tremendous amount of rainfall and even severe storms for the Panhandle and West Texas. Reynolds. We're going to go a lot farther south now to our other big story. This week, Gulf Coast residents could get their first taste of the hurricane season. Invest 91L is over the Yucatan Peninsula currently on the east side of it. Winds 35 miles an hour. But today, the hurricane hunters are going to fly into it to measure wind speeds. Hurricane specialist Michael Lowry breaks down how it's done in today's Hurricane IQ. Trying to prepare you for today, but getting into your work week as well. I know we're not quite ready to think about Monday yet. It's still Sunday after all. But look at this last night in New York. Gorgeous sunset. This was over New Jersey from One World Observatory, and this is kind of the benefit of seeing some showers off in the distance at night. Those higher clouds give us a very nice sunset, very beautiful sunrises as well. Take a look at New York today. 83 degrees, mix of sun and clouds, superb. Heading into tomorrow, thunderstorms return. This is going to hamper your Monday plans, so you need to go ahead and adjust for those now. Whatever you need to do to change the kids' plans, whatever it may be, it's not just New York, it's going to be a lot of the Northeast. So some places today you're going to see trouble. Washington, D.C., one of those spots. Philadelphia, one of those spots. Right now, it's raining in Cleveland. You're seeing these passing showers. These moving across Michigan, moving across the lakes, and they're going to continue on into the Northeast in the coming days. Look at this pattern. See how a lot of this moisture does scoot right to the east? That's our problem. We're going to see thunderstorms later on this afternoon. Pittsburgh again in the mix today. Philadelphia getting into it. D.C. getting into it. Temperatures also very warm there, around 90 degrees. You'll notice that tonight we have the risk of severe weather. It's not just going to be just these everyday thunderstorms. You could see wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. You could see some hail. Big concerns there for severe weather. So obviously we'll be watching that. Tomorrow, the same story for the Delmarva, and then D.C., Philly, over to Pittsburgh. All these spots, Reynolds, the possibility of strong. With so many outdoor activities, important to take note of that risk of lightning. This is the area we're concerned with today, from Texas all the way to New York. This is kind of the area up into the northern plains as well. You'll notice the pattern here. Look at what happens today and then tomorrow, looking pretty similar, staying dry in the southeast, but Texas and Louisiana up into Missouri and then across the northeast once again getting soaked with rain. This is the just Gulf of Mexico turning the faucet way on, increasing the potential for flooding across South Texas and South Louisiana. And that's before we even on Tuesday and into Wednesday potentially get some interaction from a tropical type of an air mass, Invest 91L. We're going to be keeping an eye on that into Thursday. Look what happens. See how that moisture stays in this pattern? Cools things down and for you quite a bit in Boston, but it stays dry on the west.